Hey everybody, it's Ed Dellert. I'm the CEO of the American Burn Association, and welcome to our first official monthly pod and videocast of ABA. And this is a really kind of an opportunity where we go beyond all the different clinical protocols to uncover some real stories of science and innovation and leadership and an unwavering passion that drives this profession forward. So this is groundbreaking research and life-saving advancements to lessons from leaders who've shaped the field. That is where burn care's brightest minds come to connect, reflect on the profession, and ignite what's next. Today, I am so honored to have Dr. Lucy Wibbenmeyer, a clinical professor of surgery at the University of Iowa and a nationally respected leader in burn care. She is a past president of the American Burn Association. I wasn't here at the time during her presidential year in 2022, but she definitely played a pivotal role in advancing trauma-informed practices, burn resuscitation protocols, pain management strategies, and telehealth innovations in acute care surgery, just to name a few of the things that she has really done some great work on. Her work spans in clinical care, research, and education, ranging from pediatric burn recovery to procedural pain control and multidisciplinary team coordination. And she's also known for her mentorship of future burn surgeons and her deep commitment to the emotional and ethical complexities of burn care. So let's just go jumping right on into this. And Dr. Wibbenmeyer, thank you for joining us. So you've witnessed and helped shape tremendous evolution in burn care over the course of your career. And as we welcome a new class of ABA burn fellows and early career professionals across the multidisciplinary team, I would love to ask this question, which is, if you could go back to the very beginning of your fellowship, knowing everything you know now, what advice would you give your younger self, and by extension to those starting out in the field today? What would you say to that?
Well, this is always like a really good question, right? The younger generation, really younger generation, always asks you, if you had to do it over again. I mean, I'm saying my kids sometimes, if you had to do it over again, would you have done burn? Would you have done medicine? Well, I'm not going to answer that medicine question here, but in a way, I guess, because I would do it all over again. I would do it all the same. I think burn has been extremely rewarding in so many ways in clinically to see our patients survive beyond expectations when I started, professionally to engage with this amazing team who helps the patient get the quality of life they need. And the ABA itself is a small enough organization that you can know your colleagues well. And so if I have a question, I'll just pick up the phone and I'll call one of my colleagues. So it's not a very, large organization that you get lost in,
Yeah.
but it's a small enough organization that you know people and you can actually make a difference if you want to. So yes, so I do have a little nuggets of advice. I think this question and the time it's coming is good for me because I'm kind of at the tail end of my career trying to figure out what I want to do in the future as I, contemplate retirement. And so your mind is always going and trying to think of, how you might have changed your course. And I think my advice kind of revolves around connectedness. Um, I think it's so important to, as you get started, have many mentors. Have mentors clinically, have them professionally, have them in education, have them in research, and be a good mentee. It's not enough just to have a mentor. You've got to be in there. You've got to be asking questions. And if you don't know what questions to ask, just be curious. Ask open-ended questions. What should I be asking?
Mhm.
Um, just really get involved with that mentor as much as they can, as much as your mentor can give you. Try to get as much as you can. That's one. The other thing is spend time on soft skills. Soft skills are not taught that much in our profession. I think they're doing a bit better in medical school and in the other professional schools. But the soft skills I mean are learn how to negotiate, learn how to get what you want, and usually that means you're giving something to that person. Learn how to lead where you're at. So really spend some time on soft skills. And then I know time is of the essence, so I just want to give one more. try to focus. This comes from me, who I think I have well managed ADHD, but you'd have to ask the people around me. But I have had so many interests and it's worked for me. It really has. But in a way, it could have been detrimental and derailed me. So, advice is find your passion, focus, and then everything kind of falls into place. You can find the people around you who can help you improve. You can take, you can do, seek advanced educational degrees in that area, and you can really lead nationally. So I guess those are my main three things that I feel like the advice I would have given my younger self.
That is huge, I think, advice for somebody that's just starting out. And I'll tell you from my early entry point here into ABA, everybody is so giving up their time and opinions and advice that I've encountered so far. So I think the mentorship and mentee aspects of are an important part of that. And I've just found this community so giving in that aspect, I think. And I hope others that are starting out in this career will find that equally as much as I have. My next kind of follow-up question to you is, again, if you look back over your career, are there any moments that really stood out as the most defining, whether that was clinically or personally, and how it shaped you and what you are today and how you approach your work?
Um, it's kind of hard because I feel like there were so many things and so many people that helped me clinically first. Yeah, it's hard to narrow these. I would say my mentor and colleague for so many years, Dr. Keeley, really gave me the autonomy to explore and become a good surgeon. He also gave me the example of a good surgeon and someone who is good clinically. I also benefited immensely from a multidisciplinary team that also worked hard, also had passion, also weren't worried about trying new and innovative things clinically. Going along with me down my path. So I think those might be the biggest things that help me clinically. Professionally, um, I was helped again by a mentor very early in my career. It was a mentor that I had when I was a resident, and he's in the field of trauma. He's not even in the field of burn, but he gave me my first research study. He said, "Why don't you look at Iowa as a site?" And that launched me on my research career. And so I really still have to thank Dr. Shapiro, my trauma mentor from my residency. Professionally, um, I think I think the ABA and several other mentors I had to really give me a voice nationally. Um, and so from my early, I mean, I went to my first ABA meeting when I was my first year of starting burn care. I didn't do a fellowship. Dr. Keeley gave me a mini fellowship, so I was grandfathered in as an apprentice. But right from the very beginning, I was involved in the ABA. And I was given several, I guess I was recognized, which is another point of advice. Don't wait to let people recognize you. Make sure you toot your own horn and tell people what you've done. Um, Luckily, I was recognized because I wasn't very good at tooting my own horn. I remember Dr. Aaron Holtz. I think he was really kind of instrumental in kind of promoting me to be on the program, to be the lead on the program committee. And that was a wonderful committee that Katie Holloway and I think really instituted some new practices that kind of engaged the whole community in education. So I think professionally, I have to thank the ABA.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit on my follow-up question. I've got a couple more here. Is I mean, you've seen so much, I think, in the burn profession and how it's evolved during your career. And how do you see the changes that that still need to be made in burn care? Where do you kind of see things evolving to?
Oh, I know. My goodness. Over 30 years, 3 decades. I like to say decades now. It sounds so important. But um, over 30 years, there's been so many changes. I mean, survivability is, like I said before, is beyond our expectations. Quality of life has also improved. But that's where I really think we need to go as an organization. We need to focus on quality. We need to figure out what we want to measure. We need to write those down. We need to evaluate them in verification, and we need to capture them in our registry. So I do think that's a direction where we could focus on.
Excellent. This is my final question for you. What keeps you grounded in this work that over the time, and what gives you hope as you look into the crystal ball of the future of the burn profession?
Well, what keeps me grounded is I have a tremendous support network. Tremendous. So I don't know if this probably dates me, but it's like the Verizon network. Do you remember that commercial of
Yeah.
the guy with all the
Yeah.
people behind them? Well, I feel like I have an amazing, I mean, my husband, my kids, my mom when she was alive, and then I have my work colleagues and my non-work friends. And so I think really just being able to reach out and talk to people and share successes and share failures and just, they keep me afloat. Um, and what was that other question?
What do you see in the future of our profession? What do you see on the horizon based on what you know and observed kind of currently, and maybe where you think things need to be going in the burn profession?
Well, I talked about quality because I really do think we need to set those standards. And we need to set those standards for the greater community who takes care of burn care. Um, I think where I would like the ABA to go, us, the ABA, and where the board currently has gone with us, Dr. Destinaki and the board at the time, is to continue to reach out to our partners and
Yeah.
really establish these partnerships because the ABA is, we've got amazing people, we've got amazing dedicated people, just like you said. We are so passionate in everything we do, and we're strong, we're multidisciplinary, but we're not that big. And so we can't conquer everything we want to do just alone. So I think we're on a path to some good stuff with our partners.
Yeah. I have heard many times now a theme in my conversations with various ABA leaders about ABA being a convener of different individuals and groups, which increases the power and strength, I think, of burn care as a result of it. And I think that's what you're describing to me. We might be small, but we might be mighty too. But part of that is our ability, I think, to reach out across the table and collaborate. So I think that's important. I want to thank you for not only giving me a little bit of your time today and sharing of your perspectives, but for also your leadership and your deep commitment to this field, because I think it inspires a lot of people out there. And I'm just grateful that you're able to give me a little bit of time and helping me share this with the broader ABA community. I really want to encourage ABA membership. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or you're just beginning this journey in burn, I hope episodes like this will remind you all what it means to serve with purpose, lead with heart, and always keep learning. So thanks for tuning in for a few minutes. And until next month, I will share some more inspirational stories as well, so that you're staying connected and keeping moving forward with burn care. So thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.